All right. Julie, where'd you go? We just went live on Facebook.
Hi!
What
I
is
was plugging in my phone. Sorry.
So what is up, everybody? Welcome to your special Monday Mojo here, Chef. I had to take care of some personal things, but fortunately, I think the sound is ready. Let us know if you can hear us. Julie, can you say something to see if they can hear you?
Say something.
Say something. Julie said something.
Hi. Hey,
All right.
everybody.
Let me now check. Let me check online on Facebook to see if we are live, and then we will get started. Julie, I got some questions for you, and I'm gonna grill you now. You ready?
I guess.
Let me see.
Am I in the hot seat? Holy cow! Now I'm sweating, guys. Now I'm sweating.
Yes, in the hot seat.
In the hot seat with Ferny.
Oh wait, let me see.
Am I in the hot seat?
Oh yeah, there you go.
Sweating.
There you go. So we're live on Facebook.
Oh gosh.
The party begins now. What is up, everybody? Welcome to special edition of Monday Mojo. Like I said, Chef is taking care of some personal things that have come up, which is no problem. That's why we have a team. And I was like, well, this will be fun. I just came back from Vegas, hanging out with a bunch of top earners, and I get to hang out with, at least spend another hour with another top earner. How you doing, Julie?
I'm great. I'm fantastic. Thanks for having me tonight.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Yeah. So everybody's super happy to have you here. I think we have combined about 50 people so far, and they'll be rolling in. But,
awesome. Hello, everybody. I hope you're having a great evening, too. I see all the comments. I love this. Really cool. Pedro, Frida. Yeah.
Everybody give Julie some love. Let her know how much she's appreciated for being here.
Thanks. Yes, keep the love coming. I love the love. Hey, Jason. Oh, Jason. Jason and I are becoming quick friends. We've been speaking.
Oh, Jason Smith?
Yeah, I'm learning his strategies.
Oh, who's been stalking who? You've been stalking him, or he's been stalking you?
Actually, I reached out to him after I saw him on your broadcast, and then we actually set up a Zoom call. We got on, and he pretty much shared with me what he was doing, and now he's real. So he's been dishing it out, and now I'm teaching it to my team.
Oh,
so you guys, this is
awesome.
how we do it, right? Like when you see someone that is doing something, you reach out to them immediately. Don't back down. Don't be nervous, and ask them those questions. Even leaders in your network marketing company. And so we pulled it offline and started the conversation. Now I feel like we're close friends. He's a cool guy.
No, he's awesome. He has an incredible story. If you've ever heard his story.
Yeah, I watched. That's how I found him. I watched your Daily Dose.
Yeah, awesome. Well, today, I mean, this is going to be pretty free form. I don't usually do these Monday Mojo. Chef does, but I'm stepping in on behalf of Chef, and I really just wanted to hop and give people a really solid 45 minutes to an hour of awesome content. And so, first and foremost, I mean, Julie, most people know who you are here, but just in case people here don't know who you are, your background, some of your accomplishments, can you very briefly, fill us in? Pretend I don't know you.
Sure.
Who are you, Julie? Who are you?
Oh boy, how much time do we have now? So let's see. I'll keep this really brief. The beginning part of my life. So graduated high school early. Had no idea what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. And as all of my friends were going off to top universities, I basically just entered the workforce. I just wanted to start making money. We also went through financial, I guess you could say, deprivation, where my father, who was really successful business owner, went basically we were wealthy and then went bankrupt like immediately. And so I saw a lot of difficult times. My parents went through a lot of stress. They were fighting to keep our home, and also wanting to protect my sister and I from everything that was happening. And so I was watching this, and so really what I wanted to do was just help them. And so I went out in the workforce, started making money. Why not enter corporate America? And really what happened was I was treated poorly. I did go into a couple different jobs, and I made great money, right? And I was saving the money, and didn't know what I was going to do with it. But long story short, got burnt out after about 5 years. And so I got my ticket to freedom, and to get away from working for somebody else was to open a traditional business. And so I looked into franchising. I ended up purchasing 3 Jimmy John's locations. If you guys know Jimmy John's, sub so fast, so free. But what ended up happening was, at 22 years old, it's a heavy weight on your shoulder when you take out, you have over $700,000 in loans. And so I had to not only learn how to operate a store, I had to learn how to operate a business. And I mean, front house, back house, everything. I was a one-woman show. And so after about 8 years of, luckily they were very successful, but I was extremely stressed. I was depressed. I felt like I couldn't even go into those stores anymore. I went through a lawsuit with my landlord, and I had no freedom. And so I sold them at 32, and actually we were pregnant with our first child. So it ended up just working out the way it was supposed to. I sold the stores for almost 7 figures, but after you split it with a partner and you have taxes taken out, and it's not a lot of money to live on forever. And so I made a vow to myself never to go back to corporate America, and I figured there had to be another way. And so as a stay-at-home mom, I started in direct sales, and I never even knew what network marketing was, because I feel direct sales is different from network marketing, and you have to do a lot of home parties. And so I didn't know any better, so I just started doing home parties. Well, I was successful at it because so I kept booking more shows and more shows, but then I wasn't home nights and weekends, and that's not what I signed up for. So the long story short, I was on meetup.com. Of those of you that know what meetup.com is, and I was poking around, and this woman didn't say what company she was with, but she created a lot of curiosity, and it made me reach out to her, like almost hunt her down. And she is now with me inside Elite Marketing Pro, so super excited for that. But I'm relentless when I see something. And so I ended up joining, and it was my first network marketing experience. It was my first and only company, but I learned how to build the business right. And I was taught from the get-go by the top earners that I joined of the right way and the wrong way, if you may. And so I created curiosity from the beginning, and the rest is history. I mean, I went to 6 figures within a year, and then a multiple 6-figure income within 22 months. And so, fast forward now, I've been learning this past year more about online marketing, how to branch out, create my own brand. I have my Create Success with Julie business, where I offer coaching. And then I'm also an affiliate marketer with inside, Elite Marketing Pro, and I absolutely love it. And Ferny and TJ and the whole gang, it's just been tremendous. And so I've applied my network marketing strategies over to affiliate marketing, and as well as my coaching business. And so I have now seen a pattern of success where I'm creating, 6 figures across the board in every income stream right now. So it's pretty cool.
Awesome. So you're
courses.
so you're a super top earner, three 6-figure income streams. that's pretty awesome. Well, then,
with affiliate marketing.
Well, then, Julie, talk about. I mean, you people here in our community know you as a social media recruiting expert. You created our product, Social Media Recruiter, which people can go get. If someone's sharing this video with you, you can click on the link, or you can go to elitemarketingpro.com and check out Julie's social media recruiting frenzy guide, and also check out her more in-depth training. But in a nutshell, Julie, what is it that why did you go towards social media to build your business versus probably what you were told to do, which is go more traditional? And what essentially what is the strategy build down to? I don't want to go too much into detail, because people can download that guide at Elite Marketing Pro or in the link in the description if someone shared this with you. But why did you go to social media recruiting, and what was essentially your strategy with regards to social media recruiting, and what did it make it? How was that different from how people traditionally build network marketing?
Right. So, going to social media wasn't something to just say, I'm going to totally disregard what I'm being taught from my, mentors inside my network marketing company, right? So, I feel that some things work for certain people and some things just don't, right? And what do we say in network marketing? It's all about freedom. And so you should also have freedom of choice of how you want to build your business. And so I've been part of corporate America and I've been told what to do. And I've also been part of franchising. And as you might not know this, but franchising, you have to follow some strict rules and policies. And so you're not necessarily running your own business.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not to say that I disregard what they were teaching. It's just that it didn't work for me. When I was doing direct sales, I was high-fiving my husband on the way home. He was coming in the door and I was going out the door to parties. And so we're like, hey, what's up? Maybe a kiss and that was it. And so for me, that really sucked because I wanted to hang out with my family at night. Mm-hmm. And so here I am. I did direct sales for a year and now I'm in network marketing. And I said, okay, well, I don't really want to host a party. I just had friends and family purchase for me these products over here. And so now I'm going to ask them to come again and purchase this. So it didn't make sense for me. And I also understand that there's people that do the cold calling. That's not in my blood. I don't like to do that. Also, when I get on an airplane, I don't want to prospect the person next to me. It's not to say I'm not going to strike up a conversation, but I want to read. I want to do work. And so
you want to have a life.
I didn't do it offline because you guys, yes, anyone can walk into a restaurant and prospect a waiter or a waitress, right? Anyone can walk into a mall and prospect the retail clerk. And I've done that. However, I found for me, after doing some offline tactics with going to networking events. So because I found my company through Meetup, I thought, well, hey, here's a strategy. Let me go to luncheons, right? Well, the more I started going, I did build some relationships, but I realized a lot of people were just there to promote themselves, and that some had some alternative motives, I guess you can say. And so, I didn't necessarily go warm first because, like I told you, they just bought these other products for me. So I said, okay, well, what can I do? Well, let's get a Facebook profile because just let's see what happens. So day 4 into my journey in network marketing, I started a profile and I had about 110 friends. And I'm in health and wellness. And so I went on the product and I did the product diligently because I wanted to see what it could do. I was testing it out. And so, in 12 days, I had this amazing transformation already. And so I went to social media, I went to Facebook, and I posted a curiosity post. And that was really it. That post brought in 45 leads, if you want to call them, 45 people out of 110 friends asking me what I did. And I still know what that post said. I mean, I could tell you verbatim what that post said. They created curiosity. And so that's how powerful it was. And that just started my journey, because then the next step was for me to touch base with all 45 people and pull the conversation offline, Ferny. And that's really what it was all about, was not going back and forth with links. It was about, okay, let's pull it offline. What's your goals? Diving into all that. So again, I don't want to disregard the offline, but for me, Facebook, what I found was power behind it, because I could just tap into more global audience and either do some active prospecting or some passive prospecting, which we talk about in Social Media Recruiter, the course. I guide you through that. And so it just worked. And now I'm utilizing the fan page to be able to just reach more of a global audience through target marketing. And so I'm, really excited to actually be teaching more of those strategies as well. So I hope it answers your question.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it makes sense. It's interesting. I was at an event most powerful women in network marketing. So, and there was 5,000 women at this event. Network marketing. Mostly what's being taught from stage is traditional, some social media, but more a lot of fundamental training, which is important. I actually did a training this morning on the fundamentals of network marketing. The fundamentals will never change, but the medium by which you use them, or how, when you choose to use them, is important. And I heard some pretty incredible stories of some women with some, some social issues, social anxiety, actual, mental, not a mental disorder, but psychological disorder as it relates to going out in public. And social media recruiting was the only thing that allowed them to build a network marketing business, because they literally had a medical condition that was psychological, that didn't allow them to go out in public. They were afraid of going out and meeting other people, but they weren't afraid of connecting with people through social media. And so you have women that hardly ever step out of their apartment or their home. They just pretty much when anytime they're home, that they have some time when they're not watching over their kids. They're building their businesses, and they have they're earning 5 figures a month, in some cases 6 figures, and they still haven't gotten anybody. They won't even go to a company event because they're too afraid. So imagine that social media recruiting and building online has given people that, for whatever reason, can't go out, can't be out in public. In this case, it was medical, but also a lot of women who just have responsibilities, or even parents who have responsibilities with their kids. They literally can't leave the house, or else they'd have to leave their kid with, a nanny to watch, 6 kids, and that gets expensive. And let's not forget the inefficiencies of building offline, which all about. What do you think of that? Like, hearing those stories and seeing how what you're doing is impacting people that are like that.
Yeah, I have my. Ooh. Okay, so well, a couple things. I feel that there are things that are done offline that are not going to be duplicatable. Meaning, I hear people say, I'm an introvert, I'm not an extrovert. And, you can build this business whether you're an introvert or extrovert, but there's going to be certain things that you're going to feel more comfortable doing as an introvert, meaning probably prospecting through social media and sitting behind the computer screen. I think there's something that is said, you feel more safe when you're sitting behind your screen. But where I feel like some people miss the boat is that you still have to pull the conversation to a video chat or offline, right? And so I love that in network marketing, because it's such an amazing profession, that now there is definitely an alternative to that. Meaning, I truly feel that, and I'm sure you agree, that technology is changing the face of network marketing, period. I really, really do. And it's, again, not saying offline's dead, because that can't happen. But if I have a new recruit and I bring them in and I say, okay, well, let's go to the mall and see how many people we could talk to. That might be easy for me, but that might not be easy for my new recruit. She might be shaking in her boots, or he, and just palms sweaty, heart palpitations, and she's going to be like, hell no, I'm out of here. I didn't sign up for this. So I have to make sure that I can teach my team and others of how to build this business different ways, whether it's going to be offline or online. And so I think that's awesome. Women that are making, 5 figures, 6 figures a month. I've built to multiple 5-figure months. Just, literally 80% has come through Facebook. And that's been the only platform I've really tapped into. I know some people have asked me to use LinkedIn. You can, but Facebook works for me. And I find that I don't want to stretch too thin, because I feel like Facebook is still the giant. And now with utilizing the fan page and being able to do more sponsored ads and sponsored posts and target marketing, it's just, it's awesome. And you build a community there. I built a 15,000 following in 7 months by using strategies on the fan page and building a tribe. And creating content and creating value, and everything you guys teach, attraction marketing. That is attraction marketing at its finest. it's brought in multiple six-figure business in 6 months just by doing simple things as branding yourself and offering value and content and being consistent. So I think there's so much to be said for online, utilizing social media and exactly what you guys teach inside of Elite Marketing Pro. You know, I used to have fear. I was paralyzed by anxiety to do Facebook Live. I don't know if anyone on here can relate. If you guys have had any fear of doing video or Facebook Live, well, let me tell you something. That held me up for 6 months of getting online and building my business. And at 6 months, I can never get back. And so, you know, surrounding yourself with amazing people that are on this broadcast and with Ferny and the whole crew, it helps you to kind of get over to the other side of that bridge. Because I'll tell you, the quicker you can overcome it and start creating content and adding value, the quicker you're going to gain a following. And again, it's attraction marketing at its finest. And so it's so awesome. I could go on forever about that. Can't hear you.
Oh, there you go. I unmuted the mic. You know, the thing that kind of gets me is you have, still, even today, you have so many top earners that built a certain way that are, you know, very negative or discouraging of people that are going online. But really, you know, and even at an event like the one I just went to, like everyone's kind of tiptoeing around the online thing. You know, they're talking about it, but they're not talking about it. Not too much detail. You don't want to confuse people. All this stuff. Like, I'm all about and at No Excuses. You know, my goal at No Excuses is to give people options. When we have this event, I'm going to have trainers and speakers in the direct selling and network marketing space and affiliate marketing space that give people options, and they're all online options. There's different ways of building online. There's social media recruiting through active prospecting. There's social media recruiting through passive posting and prospecting. There's building a following through a fan page and created a brand. There's advertising. You could actually advertise your post. You can drive, you can drive those ads to a private conversation or ask people to engage in a comment, or you can ask, have them go to your website and get more information about what you're doing, and they can opt into your email list. And, there's just so many different options that I think that not only is building online the future, I think if a lot of these top earners don't, wise up and start at least being accepting that their leaders and their people are going to be moving online, I think they're in trouble if they're going to continue to discourage and try to tell people not to do something, which is such an integral part of the rest of our lives. I mean, what do we do today that doesn't involve technology?
Right. I feel the same way. I feel that, first of all, the fact that, and this might be a little advanced, I don't know how many people are on here, but when you create a simple sales funnel and you're creating passive income through that way, through utilizing, so Elite Marketing Pro, right? They have amazing products. And so I run a simple blog post, an ad to a blog post, or I'll create like a simple sponsored ad. And like Ferny was saying, I could just, create curiosity and say, drop more info, drop a comment below with more info. It is crazy how many people just takes one person to say more info, and you literally have leads just coming from that. So tell me, who in their right mind wouldn't want to learn either how to create different income streams or how to create simple posts that just get people funneling in to them asking for more information, whether you're doing it around your product, your company, or doing it around Elite Marketing Pro. It's like, seriously, like there's something that goes through my body, excites me. When I start seeing passive income come through and commissions coming through, I launched my course last week and I had 2 VIP sales, and I don't even know who they are, but yet I feel confident and comfortable knowing that they're coming in and they're going to be treated amazing. And this is stuff that a lot of network marketers want to learn. So I love that I can connect with network marketers, and either if they're not interested in joining me in my business, I have an opportunity to teach them Elite Marketing Pro and what they have to offer and bring them into their training. in a very simplified, non-threatening manner. So there's like zero resistance with them, which is totally cool. But when you do a simple sponsored post and just say comment below for more info, they are now saying to you, they're raising their hand saying, yes, I want to know more. So I can understand, I know top leaders want to give pushback to social media, but they either need to catch up with the times, or hopefully that their people are strong enough to not listen and keep moving forward in whatever they want to learn. I've gotten plenty of pushback. You know, and that was one of my hesitations with bringing my business online and bringing my brand to life was, oh no, what are my peers going to think? And what is my upline going to think? And I had to let all of that go, because once I did, I flourished, right? And so we could often hold ourselves up, but I'm just going to go back and say, if top leaders, I hope they catch on to it, and I hope that they just support their team and whatever their team and that person decides to build, right? So
yeah, like Ray says, you may have to mute me on your side. Like Ray Higdon says, you know, leaders that tackle people, that tackle their team members for doing something a little differently, as opposed to being encouraging. Hey, if you think they're gonna fail with that strategy, then let them fail, and let them discover it for themselves. But if you're gonna tackle them and berate them in front of other people, you know, not only is that person not going to be around very long, people are going to see that obviously you have negative reactions to certain things, and they're not going to be wanting to follow you anymore, especially in an environment where so many people are building online. I mean, you can't ignore it. It's all around you now. Maybe you could ignore it back when I got started in 2005, 2006. You know, maybe you can get away with telling your team members, hey, don't build online, you know, it's not duplicatable or whatever. But now it's everywhere. And now the success of people building online is obvious. You can't you can't you know, BS your team. Some people, and I want to get into some content here, but some people are asking, how do you get Facebook to show your post to somebody or anyone? How do you, and there's another question which is actually very similar. How do you drive traffic to a new Facebook fan page? And, you know, Julie, you want to explain this? I could explain this, but since you're relatively new to this concept of running ads, and you've gotten really good really fast, I'm so impressed and proud of you. And so you're building some massive success from ads. So explain it to folks how it is you actually use sponsored posts in your business.
Sure. So when I first started the fan page, what I did was, you know, you have to let people know you're there, right? So one of the main things that you're going to do in the beginning is run a likes ad campaign. And so that's what I did. But before that, you have to figure out, who are you even talking to, right? Who are you trying to attract? Who's your target market? Who do you want to partner with in your business? Are you just going after moms, right? So we have Allison Schlitt in our community, and she's like amazing because she's targeting mompreneurs. So you have to get really clear on, you know, your brand identity and your avatar and all of that. And so again, Ferny goes over that in the attraction marketing formula. If you don't have it, you want to grab that. And so, but I had to get clear. I had first and foremost, I had to say, okay, am I going to go health and wellness route and start this fan page, or am I going to go the entrepreneur route, when I was deciding that I was going to branch off and do some other stuff? And I decided what I really get excited about is teaching entrepreneurs how to build their business, especially in network marketing. And now I'm attracting a lot of people that want to learn how I'm building my online marketing business too. So that's really cool. And so you don't want to send mixed messages. So that's why I'm going this far into depth about that, because you want to get clear. Okay, so then what do? Well, you start your fan page and you run a likes ad campaign. Now for me, I was still nervous about video. And so before I ever boosted a post, I wanted to get some content on that page. So I was just creating a Facebook Live and nobody was showing up because no one knew I was there. I did invite a couple people from my personal page. However, again, like I shared with you, I was nervous about what my upline was going to think and other peers. So I was hesitant about that. So I'm like, gosh, what am I going to do? Just start doing Facebook Live, just start adding value, doing content. So you guys, I showed up every single day. I made a commitment to do a video every single day for 30 days straight. And what it did is it broke the, I created a habit and it broke the fear. And so I always use the term, if you build it, they will come, right? So nobody's there, but then what happens is you could start boosting your Facebook Lives or your videos or what have you to an actual target audience. So you could choose the demographic. I mean, it is amazing how much you can, like Facebook's so smart, right? And so they have all of this data. And so I just started targeting, obviously, audiences within the network. What is this? I'm sorry, I have a, I had something pop up on my end. It was like a warning sign, sorry. So I started targeting audiences that were in the network marketing space, right? Like, makes sense. And I would boost $5. You guys, you don't need a ton of money, okay? I want to make this really clear. I was doing $5 like ad campaign every single day and $5 boosted posts to my target audience, okay? So if you're doing something for dog lovers, right? You're gonna choose some things around what other dog lovers, what other pages they like, or what magazines or books are they reading, and you just put it in the target audience, and then you choose your demographic. And I mean, there's more in-depth stuff, you guys, but I just boost it right from my fan page. I really don't go into the Facebook ads manager, but every time I do a video, I post it to cold market, but then I can also retarget my email list. I can retarget my warm market. I could, sell courses directly to my warm market. So there's a lot of options without getting too much into depth about this, right? But it's brilliant because you can get your message in front of the audience you want to get your message in front of, rather than being restricted to your personal page. Another thing about personal page you got to be really careful about is the terms and conditions, where they don't really want you definitely spamming about your business and talking about it all the time. So that's why, again, a fan page / business page is a great way to go. Plus, you have unlimited people that can join your page, where you're restricted to, what, 5,000 for your personal page. So, I mean, I feel like there's a lot of benefits to a fan page, but Ferny, you might want to definitely add some more.
Yeah, there's actually, I've met some pretty incredible people at this event. The thing is that they're building through social media, and they're talking about, getting in Facebook jail, having to open up multiple Facebook accounts because their accounts keep getting shut down. It's like that. What they're doing, is only good for so long. And guess what? If you want to run a business from Facebook, you got to have a business page. And the thing is that what I was explaining to them, which they were really, blown away by, is all the stuff they're doing is active. So they're constantly, obviously they're connecting with people. They're doing posts. They're constantly on social media, constantly. I explained to them, hey, if you use a business fan page and leverage that, their big hang up around that is that they're going to lose all their friends, all their following, that they're not going to follow you. I'm like, you're missing the forest for the trees. With a business fan page, all your posts, you can promote them to any audience on the planet. If there's a fan page and a following around a certain guru, a certain company, or a certain interest on Facebook, you can target that audience. Imagine your Facebook posts as they are on your personal profile that you're using for business. Imagine if you can target those to John Maxwell's audience, or Robert Kiyosaki's audience, or Tim Ferriss's audience, or whoever. The power that you have to literally target Stephen Covey's audience and draw them into you. Or if you have some sort of health product. I know Jason, one of his big secrets is he promotes startup packs for weight loss, and he targets Jenny Craig audience and Weight Watchers. Mm-hmm. And so he's basically swiping the audiences of these bigger companies for pennies on the dollar, and crushing it, generating 25 to 30 customers per day doing that. And it's passive. They're coming in. He doesn't have to actively prospect. And we don't have to actively prospect either. I mean, Julie, if you had to continue to actively prospect, now as busy as you are, it wouldn't work. You did it in the beginning, and that's how
Yes.
you get started. But then eventually you can create leverage around the things you're doing now. You can now create leverage where that stuff is now happening passively. So now you can focus more of your efforts on enrollment, on building a team, or taking care of the organization. And so at some point you need to create the leverage. And personally, I when I take naps, I'm generating leads and customers, and I'm taking naps. When I'm out with friends and family, those leads and customers are coming in because I'm no longer having to actively prospect, and that's the power of a business fan page. I mean, what say you, Julie? Because you made that transition recently.
Yeah. So um, it's incredible. Like I have leads coming in through, I mean, daily through my different sales funnels I have going. I have leads coming in through the fan page, just people messaging me, connecting with me. I probably spend 90% of my time on my fan page. Why? Because those are the relationships I'm building for my the future of my business. And so of course I'm going to be spending majority of my time there. But even like with Elite Marketing Pro, I mean, I have about, I don't know, I would say close to 50 leads a day that come in through EMP, and I don't have time. I don't have time to even really connect with all of them. So it's funny to me that, a couple of years ago, it's like, okay, who's the next person I could talk to? And then I learned all these amazing strategies, and now I mean, I can't even keep up with leads, which is not a bad problem to have, right? And then again, just creating, not just lead generation, but passive income, right? So my thought process a year ago is I want to learn these strategies, and God forbid if my company closes and shuts down tomorrow, my income is gone. So I started thinking in that manner as well. So for me, it was not only do I want to leverage my time and stop being on all these three-way calls. I mean, I built a lot of my business through three-way calls, but it was constant, right? There wasn't a lot of leverage with that. To be able to possibly let's create a system for our team that we could send people through. So now we're opening up our our private group to now prospects, right? So now we can put everybody in there, and then those that put them in there follow up and do the follow-up sequence. But it helped to eliminate the three-way call, right? So you just start creating systems for your business that will leverage your time, and that is super important. And then the other aspect, like I said, is to create these simple sales funnels that just start pulling people in, and you're creating some passive income. And now, I have people reaching out to me all the time. Who do you represent? What company? Still Ferny to this day. People do not know my company after 5 years, and that's so important to me because I don't want them to know who I'm with. And it's not to be like, oh, I want to be hush hush about it. It's because from day one, I've done this. I have created curiosity, so they have been able to reach out to me and say, Julie, what is this product? Who are you with? Okay, I've been watching you for a while now. What is it you do? They are always watching. That's another thing I'd say about Facebook. People are watching you. And so it allows them the opportunity to reach out to me so I can take that conversation every step of the way and control it and make sure that they get the right information that I want them to have about my company and my business opportunity. And what I do is I just show them a tool. Like I don't sit here to explain, I show the tool. And so what happens? So they message me, who are you with? Awesome, I'd love to share more with you. Let's jump on a quick call. That's it. And I set up, I don't even do a video chat. That's just a 5-minute call. And then the next follow-up call, I'll do a video chat, or I'll just do it on the phone. You guys, I keep it as simple as I possibly can. And I did the same thing with people that asked me about Elite Marketing Pro. I did the same thing with people that asked me about my courses. So, I mean, I think that that's where people sometimes miss the boat, is that they keep it online and they don't take it offline.
Yeah, I mean, I can't tell you how many people you've brought into our VIP membership. because of the conversations you choose to have with them. And, that goes a long way. I know Carrie and Whit in our community, they get on the phone with all their prospects or on a video chat with all their prospects. And after talking to them on a video chat, 70 to 80% of them will become customers of them, whether a customer in their opportunity or rep in their opportunity or a customer as an affiliate through Elite Marketing Pro. It's like literally there's almost no wasted conversation. Like maybe 20% of them, won't take action and, ignore any recommendation. But when 70, 80% are taking an action and becoming a customer and somehow sending you money, and you don't have you're not tied to the outcome. You don't care what decision they make, whether they want to join your company or not join your company. You're adding value to their lives anyway, and you get compensated for that. So it's beautiful. Julie, there's a question here. I want to get to some questions, and it's right in line with what you were just talking about right now. That people don't know what company you're with. So Julie Clark from Facebook is asking, any advice for when your upline wants you to promote your network marketing company or your products versus branding yourself? What advice would you give that person? I obviously I know the answer because I've been working with you a lot, but what would you say to that person that is getting conflicting advice from their upline?
Well, I think we just talked about it on this broadcast, but you have to understand that with some of these, some of the top leaders and have been in this industry for a long time, they're so attached to the old techniques. And again, we're not saying it's wrong. However, I'm just going to go back and say, what do you want to do? Like, this is your business. I know your upline is your upline. However, it is your business, and so you should run your business the way that you feel that you want to run your business. Right? What's right for me with doing online might not be right for another team member on my team. And I would never make them feel inferior because they're choosing to do home parties. Like, that's just ridiculous. They're still out there making a connection. So they're building a business anyways, which is ultimately building my business. Yeah, maybe they're not going to go at the speed of light like I'm going, but yet I'm still going to support them being their upline. I'm not going to make them feel bad for wanting to do home parties or vendor fairs or anything like that. So you can't put your agenda on somebody else. And I think that I'll be frank about that. I think that is wrong. So if you're getting pushback from your upline, the only thing I could say is you press on with whatever you feel is right for you. And I'm going to tell you right now, from doing it both ways, branding yourself and attracting the right people to you by creating value and content is absolutely 100% the way to go, rather than going to the mall and prospecting the retail clerk just because, she might be having a bad day or you think she's got a good personality, which is totally fine. Again, if that's what you want to do. So I think the debate is what's right, what's wrong. That's not the debate. It's what does Julie want to do and what does Julie's upline want her to do. And so Julie's going to do what she wants to do. It's funny because I had a conversation with Melton recently, with John. And, he was asking me some questions, and I basically, said, if somebody was going to tell me in my company that I couldn't be online and brand and create courses and do all the stuff that I'm now super passionate about bringing, global marketers, I have a passion for that. If they're not gonna align with what I'm doing, I would probably I'd make the decision to separate myself, because again, you're talking about being ran by corporate still, and not really necessarily then owning your own business, which is what network marketing is supposed to be about, which is supposed to be about freedom. It's supposed to be about freedom of time, freedom of choice, all of that. So I also feel that you should have the freedom of how you want to connect and communicate with a prospect.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And people have been ingrained with the fear of losing their business if they kind of do the wrong thing. And the bottom line is I shared this a couple months ago when I came back from Keith Cunningham's mastermind. Keith Cunningham is the mentor of Robert Kiyosaki. Basically, most of Robert Kiyosaki's content is actually Keith Cunningham's content. And he shared the idea of the cash flow quadrant.
Mm-hmm.
And out of that experience, I realized network marketers believe that they're entering the B quadrant, the business quadrant, when they sign up for this opportunity. And the fact is, they're not. They're in the S quadrant. They're still working for somebody else, which is a network marketing company, and there's nothing wrong with that. People can make millions of dollars in that S quadrant. Michael Jordan made millions of dollars in the S quadrant playing basketball. But ultimately, if you want to move to the B quadrant, the only way you move there is if you have to control your business. And the only way you control your business is if you have a brand, you have your own following, you have other ways of monetizing people beyond just your network marketing business. That's when you're a B. When you create that leverage. If you're getting your check and there's a corporation at the name of a corporation on top of that check that's not owned by you, you are an S by definition. And if that's your only source of income. Now, if that's one of your sources of income among many others, then now that's where you're shifting over to the B quadrant. And so people got to get realistic. They're not in. They're self-employed. Even a $1 million earner in a network marketing company is self-employed. And because at any point, if that network marketing company shuts down, chooses they don't like anymore, or chooses to change the comp plan, whatever, your income is affected without you having a say in it. And I think that's the biggest case for taking control of your things, especially when you start making some money.
Yeah, and there was a couple network marketing companies that closed down last year. I don't know if you remember that. And so I was like, whoa. I mean, one of them was like really, I felt, really big. Actually, it was a competitor of our company. And so I guess that it just got me to think of, not only about leverage and creating multiple income. Well, yeah, what if something happened to my company? I want to create another income stream because now my multiple six figure just went out the window, right? If that company shuts, then you don't get paid anymore. And so I always kind of project ahead, like in the what if mentality. And I know a lot of people are not like that. And so again, I'm not discrediting anybody's upline. You guys, I have amazing mentors, blessed in my company. However, they did the old school techniques and they built through home party after home, like weekly home party, having all these people in their home. And again, it's fine, but I like my nights to be with my husband and my children and vegging out and not having to worry about hiring a babysitter, shipping my kids off to my parents' house, cleaning my house, having appetizers here, So they're top income earners. So obviously it works, right? It's not saying it doesn't work. They are amazing, but yet for me, I wanted to just find a different avenue. And then I wanted to be able to help and teach my team for those that wanted to learn what the strategies I'm learning. But again, it's not to talk down on my team just because they don't want to learn what I'm learning inside of, with this online marketing and sales funnels and all this stuff. I mean, I know better than that. And so, you take it with a grain of salt, but my advice would be to absolutely figure out what it is that you want to do moving forward in your business. And you're not recreating the wheel of what your upline teaches you. I want to make that very clear. Like if you have a system, you follow the system that they're teaching you, but you're testing the waters in ways to, get some leads coming in, generating leads, whether you're doing it online or offline, whatever you decide that you want to do for your business, you could test the waters. Why not? Right? Who's to say what works and what doesn't work?
Yeah, well, that's the idea. It's not about right and wrong. It's what works. And
Right.
the fact of the matter is, there's a lot of things that work. And now it's a personal preference. What's going to work for you? What's going to work for your life situation? I just described about a half hour ago some situations where some people that have real serious, clinical social anxiety that can't leave their home, yet they're doing 5 figures from home because they're building on social media. Like, who's going to tell that person that they're wrong?
Right. I spoke to a woman that was paralyzed. She broke her back and she was in her network she had a network marketing business, and then she was also she like was a lifter. I don't know, I can't remember her other profession, but she was in a brace, like physically couldn't go out and meet people. Some people physically cannot leave their home and go out and meet people, but yet they want to build a network marketing business. So it's an awesome alternative to learn social media and online marketing strategies to be able to create some sort of, you know, leverage and income for them. Because you're right, Ferny, I forgot about it. I mean, I've connected with so many entrepreneurs since I started with my online business. Just, I mean, it's crazy. It hasn't even been a year. It was July of last year. And then I joined you in EMP in September. So it's crazy how fast it can go once you just do it and you put yourself out there and you just push past any sort of hesitation you have. I know it's easier said than done, you guys. I get it, but I'll tell you, once you do it, it's like it almost becomes like an addiction. It's awesome.
Yeah, I definitely.
I'm not gonna lie.
I can relate to that. Now I'm at a point where I've done marketing so much that it's just like, you know what? I'm just gonna watch the baseball game tonight, and
Yeah.
you know, I've earned this over the course of 10 years of busting my butt, and
Yeah.
you know, going through that addictive phase. And I definitely get it. And it's addictive because you see how much leverage you create, and you want more leverage. Like you want to see how far you can take this leverage, and how far you can scale. And it's pretty fun. I want to get into some more questions here, Julie.
Okay.
And you described this. You're doing this right now. If you go the route of becoming a coach, which essentially that's what you're doing as a trainer, how do you use your fan page for sales? For your personal business. So maybe talk about that, the balance between your training business and continue to recruit and build for your network marketing business.
So for my fan page personally, I don't do any sort. You have to understand, I'm there providing value and training for network marketers. So the last thing I wanted to do is, you know, poach. I mean, I'm not going. My reason for starting that fan page was to create value and get it out to the community, because I saw a lot of network marketers doing this business not right, meaning just spamming stuff all over Facebook, or I was getting inundated with people trying to recruit me like the absolutely wrong way. And I'm like, okay, listen, like this right here, this is why network marketing gets a bad rap. You can't go around and do all this over here. So what I wanted to do was just create my fan page to help network marketers understand how to do it right, because a lot of them, they don't have an upline, or they're not directed properly, and so I wanted to teach them just how I was taught. So I am not there talking about my network marketing company. I'm not. And but because people now like me, know me, trust me, and I built this presence there as being, you know, an expert and an authority in this space, they now are asking to join me in my network marketing company because they're unhappy with where they're at. If somebody is unhappy with what they're doing or where they're at, or maybe they realize that they don't have a passion for the company or the product, or whatever reason, that's on themselves. But I connect with a ton of entrepreneurs and network marketers that love their company and their product, but yet they don't know how to bring their business to social media. So what do? I connect with them and I talk to them about Elite Marketing Pro. Or maybe they don't have the guidance in the upline and they want to learn how my strategies are working. Well, then they hire me to do coaching. So now I have all these different avenues. But if I was to, let's just say, go and develop a page and be the health and wellness expert, because those are my products, I'd be on there all day long and doing Facebook Lives on simple recipes that I would either look up and make a spin to. I mean, you guys, there's content coming out of our ears, right? I would do Facebook Live about that. I do little fitness demos. I would create all this value around health and wellness, and then I would reference it around, you know, the protein I used or the cleanse that I really like that has given me more energy. I would make a reference around it. And then at the end of my video, my call to action would be like, hey, comment below if you want to know more about the protein I use, or comment below if you want to connect more and learn more about that, whatever I was teaching. And so you have to give a call to action after every single video, or else you have to take them to the next step. So right now I have my website. So my next step is to go there and, you know, drop your email in and get my frenzy guide, right? So, or my 41 bulletproof one-liners. So you're always taking them the next step. But your call to action could be as simple, because you don't want to just send them to your network marketing website. You actually want them to comment and connect with you, so you can then pull the conversation offline and say, oh yeah, sure, I'd love to share more with you about what I use. What's your health goals, right? And start asking them questions about them. What have you used in the past? What do you like? What don't you like? What, you know, have you found anything that worked? You know, let them talk. Just keep asking them questions. And that's what the whole, I just came out with silent recruiting method is all about, is teaching people how to sell without selling. And the way you do that, you know, being a really good recruiter, you have to learn how to ask really good questions. And so going back to the fan page, I mean, I just be connecting, because it's funny, you'll start having people connect with you. And here's the thing. Number one, you have to be consistent. I hear this all the time. Well, nobody's liking my stuff. Well, you know, how long have you been doing it? Oh, a couple weeks. You know, that's not enough. You have to build it. You have to build it. And when one person comments, you're commenting right back. I'm on there. I literally respond pretty much to every single person that comments on my videos or writes me messages, private messages. And so I think the problem is people give up way too soon on their fan page, and they don't see it building as fast as they'd like. But I'll tell you, I think it was about 60 days for me, and then it just started catching on fire. And your call to action should also be, you know, like, comment, and share with others that if you found value in this, right? And so, I don't know. I think I went off on a tangent, Bernie.
No, it was great. No, it reminded me when people, when you use the example, you know, no one's commenting or liking my stuff. It's like, it'd be like, you know, a celebrity, you know, sitcom actor saying, no one's watching my show. You know, it's like, well, they're not watching your show either because your show sucks or you're not promoting it correctly. So, yeah. So, yeah. You know, so if
you have to let people know that there's a show on your page.
So you have to promote the show and meaning promote what you have, and that we talked about that with sponsored posts. And then if your content sucks, meaning if your show sucks, it sucks because you haven't built up your knowledge base and the value that you have to give. You know, the reason it's so easy for Julie Burke and somebody that's more seasoned is because they already have that experience where they can, you know, give out that wisdom, and people go, wow, she's the real deal, and they continue following her. If they show up on your fan page, listen to your stuff, and they realize, hey, you're a newbie, they're not going to listen. But guess what? That's how you start. Everybody starts as a newbie. And I'll confess something, you know, interesting. It was kind of a blow to my ego. When I first started doing Facebook Lives last year, I mean, our company's doing, you know, 500 leads a day. I have this big audience, big community inside Elite Marketing Pro, but our fan page was pretty dormant. And I started doing Facebook Lives as a way to kind of build up our social media following. I was frustrated because for like 2 months, when I do a Facebook Live, like 10 people show up. I'm supposed to be this like big time 7-figure guru marketer, and there's 10 people showing up on my Facebook Lives. Why? It's because I hadn't nurtured that audience yet. And guess what? That 10 people, you know, built up to 15 and 20, and now we have 100 people live with us right now, watching this live. And that happens with consistency over time. And it's not going to happen, you know, because you just want it to happen. You have to make the dedicated, consistent effort in order to have that build value. And trust me, it pays off. And I've seen it pay off for a lot of our students, for Julie, for Whit, for Brandy, you know, a lot of folks that are here watching. So I'm proud of everybody that's doing that consistent effort. Your audience will grow the more you promote and the more you invest in yourself, because it's going to be apparent that you start knowing what you're talking about.
Yeah, and here's I just know because I literally my inbox gets inundated with this every single day about creating fan pages. I don't know what I'm projecting. I mean, probably because I do talk about it and the importance, but um, you know, I'm just going to share with you guys and be really open that in the beginning, I started comparing myself to others in the space that were on it like every single day at the same time. And I'm like, I can't do that. I mean, I'm a mom. I have a crazy life. I'm running now 4 different income streams. Like, I get on when I have to get on. And so I felt like, well, then no one's really going to show up if I'm not on at the same time. I also had a fear around, you know, the fact that I work out in the morning. I mean, I have my own schedule, so I don't wear makeup every single day, right? Like, I don't look like this. So I had a fear around doing video with being, you know, having no makeup on and all this. I had fear around losing my words. And so here's the thing. I don't get on at the same time every single day. I have tried and it just does not work. So it is what it is, right? They stay close to me, so they're on, but it's what happens after your broadcast too. It's not just what happens when you're live. So what, I'm live 5 to 10 minutes. It's what happens after, right? And that goes back to doing a boosted post to then, you know, you'll know within a day if that was great content, especially when you are on live. Once you start an audience, you'll see all the comments. Like today I did one and I had 54 comments before I even boosted it. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to boost this. This is going to be a good one. But then I was worried about the way I look. And why? Who cares, right? So I threw that out the window. I have to be true to me. And that's why I always say, when you go and develop a fan page, you've got to be you. You have to do you. I am not Ray Higdon. I am not Ferny. I am not Kate, right? Even though she's wonderful. I love Kate if she's on here. But, you know, I am not Kate McShade. I am Julie Burke. And so I had to let all of that go and realize that it's okay if, you know, I have notes during my broadcast. Notes are fine, you know, because I will lose where I'm at, because as Fernie knows, I get off on a tangent and I need bullet points to keep me in check. Fernie, stop shaking your head up and down. So here's the thing.
You're going off on a tangent again.
Worry about this stuff. I know a lot of people worry about it. Let it go. Just start a fan page and let it go and implement what Fernie and I are teaching you on this broadcast, because it's awesome. Right?
Yes. Frida's saying, this is, I lost her post. Frida's saying, this is awesome. I tried to put flyers on cars. Totally bombed. I would much rather purchase ads than go car to car, door to door. Create value on your pages and promote. That's perfect. Exactly right.
It's so cool.
Eric is saying, I was in an MLM that controlled me for years and they went out of business. I came to realize that you should never give a company too much control over your life.
Mm-hmm.
Totally
Agreed.
true. Andrew Martinez, any words of advice on juggling between enrolling paying customers and enrolling business reps? How do you do it, Julie? Do you I assume based on what I know about you mainly lead with the product.
Mm-hmm.
But please describe that process for people real quick.
Yeah, I mean, basically, you know, if there's a connection and it's through like a passive approach where I post something on my personal page in regards to like a transformation post, creating curiosity, and obviously somebody is reaching out to me because they saw that post. I mean, it's just right? Like, I'm going to be mindful of that. They're obviously asking because they saw a transformation post, but yeah, I don't want to just assume. So what I do is the very first thing, I private message them and I just say, hey, what is it that intrigues you about my post? What do you want to learn more about? It's funny, like if you just ask, they will tell you. That's it, right? And so you have to understand what they're looking for so you know what solution to provide them. And so I feel oftentimes, I don't know what it is, but we want to overcomplicate this process. I mainly lead with the product when I'm talking, because why? I'm going to pull more people in on the product than I will the business. I want to get them in any way I can. You know, BV is still BV. in volume in my organization. And so, I mean, we're not structured like we don't have levels and generations. So it's a little bit different. And so we get compensated with volume off of anybody that comes in our organization, whether I enroll them or not. So you're collecting volume, right? But here's the thing. At the end of the day, I just want to get the product in their body regardless. And then I'm following up with them and having that, you know, we call it the 14-day talk, where you're in constant communication. So if they're coming in on the product and they're loving it, I end up having the conversation of the opportunity. Now, let me go back. I do mention it, you guys, so as I'm taking the enrollment and they're enrolling in the product, I do say, now listen, I'm obligated to share this with you. There's an opportunity to make an extra income, whether you want to do, you know, make $500 a month, $500 a week, or $1,000 a week or more, or actually, you know, retire from that job that you just told me you can't stand. We have an opportunity here. I love to share it with you if you're open to it. If so, I'm going to send you a 10-minute video, watch it, and then I'll be available and we can have that conversation and set up another time where I can answer your questions. There's no pressure, right? Was there any pressure or how I just portrayed that to you?
I mean, I felt a little pressure, but I'm a little sensitive.
You know, I'll beat you down. But really, let me know. I mean, did that feel authentic to you guys, right?
Please, yeah, give Julie some love, some thumbs up, some likes, some hearts. Know, right? If that resonated with you, if you got that, let us know.
Yeah. So, you know, it's fine to mention. Now, if it's business, I mean, then I'm going straight business, but I'm not going straight business. My tool is going straight business. I'm sending them video, and the video is doing the talking about the opportunity, about the compensation plan. I'm not going to sit down and start drawing circles on a napkin. Like, I don't need to do that, because we have videos that will do it for them and teach them. So I have the conversation and I cast the vision, right? And again, what do you do right now for a living? Okay, so has that been, you know, 20 great years or 20 years of struggle? Okay, what do you want to change? What would an extra $500 do for you, right? So you're just asking, that you're taking them through your process, and then you're letting the video do the talking, and you need to figure out what their goals are at that moment, because then when they do join you and it comes time for fight or flight, you can remind them of their goals, their why, their vision, all of that. And I'll tell you this, I think that some of it, and you guys let me know if you agree with me when you're building your network marketing business, but I know for me, when I got started, I did not come into this and say, no, I'm going to be a leader with this company. Heck no. I just fell in love with the product and I just wanted to make money. I mean, I'm just being honest. And so what happened is I started getting pushed into this leadership role, and I'm like, what the heck? What do I have to do? I have to do calls. They want me to do this. They want me to speak on stage. Like, I have a fear of public speaking. I don't like public speaking. However, it's not about you. It's about them. And yes, I did enroll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, a lot of people. And so you have to show up. You have to learn how to lead. These are skill sets that you learn. And sometimes I feel like there's some self-sabotage as a leader, or we feel like we can't lead. We don't know how to lead. And so you're nervous. So you hold yourself back in this little cocoon, just to, you know, and I don't know if any of this relates to you guys, but I know a lot of people have this hesitation around leading others, when realistically all you have to do is believe in them and show them the tools, set them up with a system. And so those are the things that you have to set in place. And that's why you want to know their goals and their vision and their desires and all of that. So when they feel like giving up, and I mean, you guys listen, they do go on witness protection program. I know it's happened to me. Everything you guys have been through, pyramid scheme, this and that, every objection, I've come up against it. I mean, there's been every adversity that's hit me too. The thing is, you press on and you move forward and you don't let it hold you up. And so I don't know if that showed them the system. Yes, believe in them. That's huge. Believe. and recognize them. Even them just coming in and just enrolling their first person. You guys, public recognition is so huge. It doesn't have to be the top earner in your organization. It has to be those that come in and actually made like their first connection where they're super nervous, but yet they did it, or did their first Facebook Live. You have to have recognition. You have to believe for others before they believe in themselves. I can't hear you.
Sorry, I need to unmute myself. I have my cough button here. Oftentimes it's the small recognition, the small victories, when you acknowledge them. That's what inspires the masses in your organization to move, because that's achievable for them. They're like, if they can do it, I can do that. At least making one sale, or at least recruit one person this week, I can do that. That's what creates momentum. You flashing the top earner that's recruiting 100 people a month, that's not really it's not gonna inspire them. They're living, maybe they're observing a fantasy and they're happy for them, but it's not real for them. It's not, focus on acknowledging the small victories, because that's what people know they can achieve. All right, Beth saying, when you were talking about, your situation as a mom, why you chose to go online, she said, yep, that's why I turned to the internet, live in the boonies, and have a special needs kiddo at home. So I'm not going to be doing home parties. and who's to tell Beth she's wrong? What bastard would say that no, Beth, you need to do home parties and go to home meetings and prospect people at Walmart.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Let me see.
I had some crazy prospecting stories, but we'll leave that for another day.
So Carrie's making a suggestion. Have you ever looked into having the ability to share EMP video content with subtitles? It could really help the deaf community. Actually, Carrie, all of our videos, Facebook Lives and content we post on YouTube, YouTube automatically transcribes all your videos. So that's what we have, actually deaf people in our community, and that's what they use. They use YouTube and read the transcriptions. They're not perfect, but it's automated. And oftentimes, if there's a video in our back office or somewhere that is not transcribed, they actually upload it to YouTube, so YouTube transcribes it for them. So there's definitely resources for doing stuff like that. Let me see. Someone's asking, if you have two fan pages with two niches, how do you select which page the live video goes to? David, you're talking about when you have two fan pages and two niches, those are two businesses. And so, whatever conversation you're having with one niche, it's not going to be the same conversation as the other. David, if you're a VIP member of Elite Marketing Pro, in your VIP only training, under my training, there's a video that I created called Know Your Target Market. And in there I talk about, discovering the pains, the desires, understanding the language of the target market you're going after. And you're going to see that the way you speak to one niche, one market is going to be very different from the way you speak to another. And so, if you're going to run two fan pages, that means you're running two businesses. My suggestion is to focus on one first. Julie, do you run multiple fan pages even at your level, or you focus on one, right?
I would definitely be all over the place, even more than I am right now, Ferny. That would not be good.
All right, let me see. There's some questions that came up here through Facebook. Julie, can you... So I know you actually provide this in your social media recruiter guide, the Frenzy guide that the people can get at elitemarketingpro.com, or just go to the link in the description if someone shared this video with you. There's curiosity post in there, but can you describe what a curiosity post looks like? You have tons of examples in your course and also in your guide, but can you just quickly go through it?
I actually did one of myself, like after I had my second child. I did a 6-week transformation, me personally. And I did it on purpose, knowing that I was going to get my body back in shape, utilizing my product. And I only worked out twice a week. And so basically, I wanted to show that you don't have to do this with deprivation, right? I don't believe in diets. I've been on every diet under the sun. And so I took those 6 weeks and I took the first picture, another picture in the middle, and another picture at the end of the 6 weeks. And I post on it, and you can see the 3 pictures, so it shows the story, it shows what I did. And I just, you know, you could probably go to it's on my personal page. You could probably go there and see it. It's not long ago, but it was just like, yep, this is what happened after 6 weeks. I said, not bad for almost pushing 40. No deprivation, no dieting. Like, I addressed every issue that they would be thinking of. Oh, she goes, I said, I'm not a gym rat. I said, this just happens when you put great nutrition in your body and you take care of yourself. I said, if you want to know how I did it, comment below and write yes or more info. Yes. I had like 3 enrollments that week and another one the following week, just off that one post. So, you know, that's a curiosity post because, of course, they see the picture. They're like, whoa, okay. They, you know, read I kept it kind of light and funny, and it was really quick. And I gave them a simple call to action. All they had to do was type in yes. And so people will respond when you give them this simple call to action. I did say private message me. You could also private message me because some people are really nervous or they're just kind of weird when it comes to weight loss, and they don't want others seeing what, you know, them commenting. So I gave them that opportunity as well. But a lot of people just said more info, yes. So that's just one example of a curiosity poster. I might be like biting into one of my protein bars and I'm like, this is, you know, I could save my $10 at Chipotle by eating this protein bar, and I'm getting more nutrition in this than I would in a burrito. If you want to know what I utilize to stay in shape, let me know. Comment yes below. That's another curiosity post because I'm not showing the wrapper.
Don't knock the burrito. Don't knock the burrito. That's not cool.
Well, I have a burrito weekly, but I mean, I'm just saying, if you're out and about and you want to save $10, grab a protein bar.
You could get a protein burrito that's full of meat. You know that could.
All right, unless you're dealing with Ferny. I don't think you're going to recruit Ferny into your business anyway. Just follow what I'm telling you. Don't listen to this guy.
So I'm going to start a company that sells burrito bars. It's like concentrated carne asada in one bar.
Oh my God, that's disgusting.
Oh, it's
like people know one of my main things that I love. If I have any Chicagoans on here, is Lou Melinotti's pizza. It is my favorite freaking pizza. It is a staple in our household every Friday night. And so I might just take a picture of me holding the pizza and saying, I'm so glad I get to live a lifestyle that doesn't keep me deprived of my pizza and my wine every week. And then if you want to know the lifestyle that I use, the nutrition I use, comment yes below. Right? So it's simple, but you're showing your lifestyle through these curiosity posts, and that's really what a curiosity post is all about. I'm not holding up my canister or my shake with the name here and going, oh, it's the best protein on the planet, you got to get it now. Because
you're not a celebrity endorser.
They have the best thing on the planet, right? So you have to, that's why I use a lot of photos, because I think that the photos tell it all. It shows the whole story, right? And I only post what's real. I don't take somebody's post that I don't have permission on, number one. And number two, I take their testimony, but I don't repost it from their page. I post it as if it came from Julie. Does that make sense? So I'm not sharing, because why would I want to share from another person's page? I want it to come from me. And that's how I've always operated on my personal page. So then people are like, holy crap, look at all these people she's working with, getting all these results. And then you're getting the messages saying, okay, I give. What is this product? What are you doing? I cannot tell you how many times, you guys, that I've gotten messages like that. And I just sit back and I just laugh, because I'm like, they say, I laugh in the manner of, because they say, I've been watching you for months and now you got me. What is this, right? So it's like, you're like, oh my gosh, these people really are watching you, but you don't think they're watching, right? And so
yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy.
The stuff you
share the stories. The stories sell. Stories sell. I'm going to make that really clear again. I know Deanna did something recently about stories. And that's how we build our businesses, is through storytelling.
Yeah, actually, to piggyback off of your, I'm getting feedback again, Julie. I don't know what's going on. To piggyback off what you said, a really good tip right now for you guys who are involved in Elite Marketing Pro and learning advertising. And if you're not involved with us, go to the link in the description or go to elitemarketingpro.com. Get enrolled, and here's why. Right now, so many of our community members are running ads, sponsored posts on Facebook, which is nothing more than 3 paragraphs and an image. There's no link. It doesn't go anywhere. Like, there's no website it goes to, nothing. And they're sharing a story, a curiosity post, about a certain result that either they've gotten or somebody they know has gotten. And then they go, by the way, if you want to learn how to do this, click below or comment below more info, and I'll send you a private message. And then people just start going crazy commenting below. One of our students just did that. Right, she did her first post with like 3 paragraphs of words that share a quick story and then a call to action to learn more. And she from a $20 ad spend, $20 in spending over the course of a day in advertising, she generated 26 prospects. 26 leads came in that requested more information. The first 4 people she spoke to, 3 of them signed up as customers. So it doesn't get any easier than that. I mean, how could anyone in the network marketing space say, you don't want to do that. Don't use the internet. Like, I just told you, somebody spent $20 and got 26 prospects reaching out to them saying, I want to learn more about what you're doing. I mean, it's a no-brainer. That's what a curiosity post can do for you if you do it right, guys. Julie, one last question, because I know your time is valuable and we're at the 90-minute mark almost.
No, this is fun. Wait, Fusano has a question. Do you want me to answer hers just real quick?
Please, go.
So, Julie, so you don't put EMP's link at all, only your blog or sales funnel. No. So I'll send, I have an email list, so I'll definitely, I just send, I promote EMP through my email list. I promote EMP through my blog. I promote EMP actually through my course I just came out with, and I promote EMP through a sales funnel where I'll run like a simple ad. It's a photo of my husband and my kids and I, and like we're outside and enjoying life, and we have this water fountain behind us, and I share a story, and what I do is I run it to one of Ferny's blogs where I'm putting in it's a attraction marketing formula. So yeah, I run EMP stuff all over. I actually did an Instagram one with promoting EMP as well with Instagram. And I got a lot of comments and followers on that as well. So yes, I do promote EMP's link too. And that's the beauty of building up an email list to promote to. I think I'm up to like 15,000 subscribers, but I mean, I just started it last July. Crazy, right? But the thing is, like, you can communicate with them and keep offering value. And now I link in, I mean, all of the a lot of EMP stuff. I mean, especially attraction marketing formula. And now I'm going to be promoting no excuses. And so that's the power behind when you own, your own email list as well, which you don't own your network marketing company.
Yep.
So.
Absolutely. And actually, No Excuses tickets, we're going to be talking more about it this week. Public tickets go on sale next Monday, so this upcoming Monday. And right now, if you're a VIP member inside Elite Marketing Pro, you're able to get your tickets. You can submit your deposit, and there's a big banner across the top of your login page. And you can actually secure your tickets. We're letting our VIP members get their tickets first. You guys are our priority in terms of getting you there and making sure there's a spot for you, and that we're going to go public on Monday. So get ready to promote, Julie. It's going to be fun.
I'm excited. I put my stuff is done, and now I'm able to. I have to give them a little bit of a break, but then I'm ready to go.
So okay, two last things. One, there was some reaction to the protein bar versus burrito controversy, and so if so, I need a final vote from the entire community right now. You're watching, uh, protein bar or burrito packed with carne asada. Which do you prefer? Go vote right now.
Oh, wait, no, Julie with the protein bar. Julie with the
No,
protein
no, no,
bar.
burrito with
Or
carne
just a
asada.
burrito. You want Julie with the protein bar or burrito?
So we will see what the tally, and then so while people are voting, there's gonna one more serious question.
Thank you, Jennifer.
One more serious question when people are voting. By the way, for our affiliates, remember I control your affiliate check.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Rick.
All right. Julie, one last question. This is serious.
Okay.
Can you run Elite Marketing Pro while you're running your own business on the side? So how do you balance the two? I know Carrie basically just has conversations with people, and wherever the conversation takes them, that's the recommendation she makes. What say you?
Yeah, so I blend them. I really do. So yesterday I did a Facebook Live, and on the Facebook Live I was talking about, oh, my cart is closing, and then yet I still brought in how I'm utilizing attraction marketing. And if you want to learn more about that, drop me a 1, and I'm gonna, and I'm gonna send you more information. 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. You know what I'm saying? So it's really cool that I'm able to intertwine them, because again, a lot of network marketers want to learn these skill sets. They want to learn how to get more leads, right? Passively, without having to make a list and go to home parties. So what I do is I just intertwine them and then have them comment and then make the connection and then figure out what they exactly want to learn and know, and then take it from there and have the conversation. And then usually I'm pulling it off and doing a video chat with them, or a call.
Awesome.
So.
And yeah, it's again, Julie's course that she just launched, and she'll be making it, having a much bigger launch pretty soon. The silent recruiting method. So Julie, I'm going to tell the story how we came up with the name for your course. It's because Julie kept saying she asked a lot of questions and then would listen. So basically 80-90% of the time that she's with a prospect, she's doing the listening. So she's silent. She's on social media when you're asking questions, they're the ones responding. So when you're the person asking the questions, not only do you control the conversation, people give you the ammunition that you need in order to actually create a compelling case for your product, your opportunity, the training you have, whatever, because they're telling you the reasons why they should be doing what you're offering. So Julie, any comment on that the name that we came up with, because that's essentially your style. You like to listen more than talk, and that tends to work for you.
Yeah, and I think that's especially awesome for those that feel like they are an introvert, or someone that feels like they don't know everything. You don't need to. All you need to know is how to ask the right questions to whatever it is that they're looking for. Again, you have to take the focus off of you and put it on them. So if you're sitting there saying, well, I don't know what I'm going to say, and what if I say the wrong thing, and I don't know everything. Well, then you're putting the focus on you and not on your prospect. Because I'm going to tell you right now, you know 100% more than what they know. They're there asking you because they don't know anything. So you can't really screw anything up. And then the second part of it is you really should be just sending them to a tool to learn, so then they can see how easy it is. So you're not regurgitating out all these, facts and stats to them. That's not what it's about. It's about knowing what they need, understanding what they need, and then conveying it to them on how you have a solution or how it can help them. Now, I understand that my product and my company is not going to be for everybody, so I don't pretend like it is. If they don't want it, no big deal. I move on to the next person, and that's just posture I've had within my business always, because I have the belief in my product, I have the belief in my company, and so you have to have that solid foundation to move forward. And so really at the end of the day, for me, it was just, what are your goals? What are you looking to achieve? What interests you in my post? And then you literally just shut up and listen and let them respond, because they will tell you in the 1 minute, 5 minutes, whatever, that what they want, what they need. And then you'll discover something else that you'll be able to use as ammo in your conversation. Because maybe they bring up how they're miserable at their job or how they're just scraping by. And then it's like, ooh, okay, so tell me a little bit more about that. So the more we could just get good at asking questions, it's like they kind of talk themselves and sell themselves into it.
Yeah, they just, if they tell you this is the reason why I need this, it's almost impossible then to back out of it, because they just told you they need it through sharing their story. And so that's great. All right, so the final tally, Burrito wins it, by a large margin. Sorry. So Burrito won it, and we had some loose votes for Tacos, the third-party candidate. So, sorry, Julie.
We're going to have a burrito showdown when you're here in Chicago, because I feel like there's a little competition stemming here.
Yeah.
And I could put a burrito down like super fast. Let me tell you. Give me a steak burrito with extra sour cream, and I will go to town. And then we'll have a little Lou Malnati competition too.
Yeah, even David's going. I'm in health and wellness, but I vote burrito. So we have a clear winner here, Julie. Sorry.
Yeah, Eric goes, oh my God, I'm hungry now. Eric, I'm actually cleansing right now. So right now, I think I'm going to be a little bit more hungrier than you are, but I might get a burrito tomorrow.
Awesome,
guys. You guys are awesome.
So everyone here right now, if you've lasted this long, congratulations. You are a trooper for joining us this long. I know we've gone quite a bit over. Go to Facebook right now, our Facebook fan page. Share this video. Share this live. We've had some incredible conversations around a lot of issues around network marketing. We talked about a lot of solutions for network marketers. So go right now and share this on your fan page, on your personal profile. Use your referral link with EMP if you're a part of EMP. Or if you're not, please share this and show Julie love and appreciation for being here. It's awesome that we get to have a leader like Julie in our community. I'll quite frankly say it, Julie, you've transformed our community single-handedly with your contributions in content to our with your course. You're changing people's lives, the people you've brought in, the people that you've impacted. So thank you so much.
Oh my God, you're gonna make me cry.
Yeah, well. All right. Well, thank you, Julie, so much. Guys, share this video. Go on Facebook right now. I'm tearing up too because I really appreciate Julie. And so share this live. You're going to impact people's lives by sharing this content, and definitely use your link. So take care, everybody. Love you, Julie. Thanks, everybody.
I love you too. Bye.